What's going on, guys? As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment. Without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. So today I just wanted to take a second. We've been kind of busy, so I wanted to kind of check in with y'all, show you all the growth, talk about some of the stuff that's been going on, and without any further ado, we'll go ahead and jump right in. So basically, we'll go ahead and start over at the flowers here. You can see our snapdragons have been kind of dying back. Summer flowers are starting to really thrive. We do need to trim that up a little bit. We built a wicking tub a little while back for our perennials. We do plan on doing one for our annuals. We're just not there yet. So far so good, as you can see, thriving, starting to come back. Yarrow as well. This is our moringa now. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's effectively taller than me, or as tall, depending on whether or not you count the little raised bed that it's got there. Got the two Oya spikes. Very happy with it so far. This is the hibiscus that's still going to double in size once flowering gets triggered. We still have a couple months before that happens, so this is going to be absolutely huge. Like, it's going to get all the way up here. We no longer have space over there, so I had to move a lot of our buckets here and remove the ones here, bringing them over here. I do have two more of these that I need to build for the blackberries. That's a later on thing. I'm not sure if I've done a video on it, but we did add a beauty berry. This is a Mexican beauty berry here. Something interesting we wanted to try out, see how we like it. The dragon fruit, we did kind of nip all of the tips that have reached this top section here. Hoping to get more growth. So maybe we can get some flowering, maybe get some produce, we'll see. Garden is just growing wild. We actually forgot to water everything for a really big period of time. Honestly, there was about a month, maybe a month and a half, where we would just go a whole week or two and just forget to water. Things would look sad. We'd hit it with water for a little bit, go about our day. As you can see, we've been busy with the house, changing that out, so really haven't had much in the way of time, but yet this is the level of production. I mean, we just absolutely covered this area. You can't even see the compost pile anymore. Little baby frog. But yeah, like you can see, we got watermelons coming in. This area right here, I actually had to rip out cannas because it was just spreading like crazy. Yeah, that's what's left of our compost pile. These are the Everglade tomatoes. So far, very happy with them. We've gotten a couple off of here. I mean, they're just thriving, honestly. They do not care how much water we get. They do not care how hot it gets. Let's see if we can find any. You see there's one in there about to turn red. They're very sweet cherries. We will be going with these going forward, just because, I mean, as you can see, they don't care. Even through all of the watering we've missed and all that, our carrots have been producing seeds. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's actually died back, and then these are all of the seeds in here. So we've just been kind of throwing these in like the compost piles and whatnot, just letting them do their thing, letting them spread as much as they can. So far so good on this watermelon. Have a lot of hope for it. We'll have to see. I'll have to do a video later on. You can see there's not quite a field spot yet, so we'll give it some time. Even though that guy says it's ready, I'm gonna wait on the field spot because that seems to be a little bit more reliable, but it'll sound hollow when you knock on it. The little curly Q will have browned, and it'll have a field spot on the bottom, so that's what we're waiting for there. Okra doing phenomenal. Let's see if we can get these guys here doing what it always does. Absolutely huge, beginning to produce pretty heavy. We'll do what we normally do and go ahead and let those go to seed. We save the seed and use them as like a dried bean. It's easier for us instead of trying to catch it when it's at the right length, you know, and getting enough of them to actually make a meal for 3 people. And that's pretty much that. We did lose, I don't know if we lost it. It's still here. It's just not doing good. Basil. The rest of this basil is doing phenomenal. Really need to start getting back into harvesting, but again, we've just been crazy busy. I also have 2 more containers that are this size that I need to up pot our blueberries. These are the 2 blackberries that need to eventually go into one of those wicking tubs. We've also added one of our squashes. You can kind of barely see it. We got a loofah in there. Again, just letting them go wild. They're doing phenomenal. We've had almost no pest pressure. You can see I'm behind again on the harvesting of our peppers here. They're already starting to dry on the plant. We'll be needing to do something with those very, very soon. As far as this goes, this is my wife's bonsai, still doing good. We have our mint and oregano. Oregano is really starting to pop off. I'm pretty happy with it. For some reason, our thyme continues to keep dying, so we will continue that at a later date. Lemon tree doing great. This is our sad attempt at getting cuttings for blackberries for some friends. Of course, we still got the mulberry there. My son's project doing phenomenal. And of course, we have our dwarf everbearing here. This guy is getting a little overwatered. This has to do with our watering system. So the sprayers, like this guy here, is putting out more than this guy here. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to end up swapping these. That way they're getting the right amount of water, because this guy actually wants a little bit less. So kind of a problem that we can turn into a blessing if we do it right. Asparagus has been struggling from getting overwatered. Everything else is thriving. This guy is so ready to be cut back here. As far as taro goes, we've been very happy with it. We've began to eat the leaves, slowly adding it into our meals as just a green. It's very nice having a green to eat during the summer. It's not completely common for us here in Texas because of the heat to have greens, so it is nice to have some that we can add into meals. My wife's ice plant that I got her for Mother's Day is still doing great. You can see it was being overwatered for a little bit, but it's really starting to thrive. We're letting it dry out very well. So we're over at the neighbor's property. I also haven't really had much time to handle the trees here. As you can see, he's done some mowing. I really got to come through and start weeding some of this, catching up on the mulch. Mimosa's doing great. The peach here is still pretty dead, but we'll be using it to prep for another one. Of course, we have our Chicago Hardy fig here, thanks to Jay's Figs. Plum has not produced anything this year. I'm not sure what's going on with that. We also have our apple tree here. As you can see, we still have apples, but for some reason, they really just haven't been turning red. You could really see the birds and stuff have been getting to them. So we figured we've just been kind of, you know, if they get real nasty and soft, we'll break them off so the tree doesn't get diseased, throw them back down. Again, I am super behind. But we'll work on it little by little. Not as concerned as a whole, generally speaking. Another fig that we got from Jay's Figs, this is a Celeste fig here, and I mean just absolutely loaded. So we will be getting a pretty good harvest this year, as you can tell. Banana here has gotten absolutely huge, significantly taller than me now. It's got a couple of pups that we've been trying to maintenance, but yeah, like I said, we've just been very, very, very far behind. We had added some smaller plants around the bases at some point, flowers and veggies at that to a degree. This is our Barbados cherry here. We have another dwarf everbearing mulberry cutting here. Of course, we also have our little pear that we started from seed. This is some sort of pumpkin or something that's been taking over. There's our little pear cutting right there, or pear seedling right there. Loquat has been doing phenomenal. We've been getting so much lemon balm from this area, and the lemon balm has been very effective at suppressing weeds, as you can tell. There's only weeds on the outside. There may be some miscellaneous ones in there, but it really does a good job suppressing, and it's really not negatively impacting this loquat from the look of it. We did have our papaya here. It was a failed experiment, but we do have a tomato with a marigold. You can see the drip lines off to the side for the mowing. This is the nectarine here. We didn't receive anything off of it this year. This here is a lemon that Jay's Fig started from seed. I took it over to put it in the ground, let it start thriving. It had shot out this huge, whoa, that was super sharp. This huge branch here, very, very thorny, as you can obviously tell. Still, it's doing great. It's got a lot of good growth on it, a lot of hope for it. Of course, we also have this pear tree here. It's barely starting to produce flowers. There is a chance that we'll get produce off of it this year. Very, very exciting. I've never had a fresh pear off of a tree before. See that? And then we had also added a, I think it was a plum. Let's see. It was an apricot. This one's a gold kissed, but it's coming back from the root, so I'm not sure what it's going to end up being. And I mean, that's pretty much it. That's the whole tree orchard as well as our garden. Again, we've just been very far behind, slowly starting to catch up. But as always, peace, be kind out there, and we'll see y'all in the next one.